Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be having a look at issue 488 of the White Dwarf magazine. And I'll be working my way right through the magazine, giving you a good overview of all the contents, and hopefully this video will help you decide whether or not you'd like to add it to your collection. We're kicking things off with a very nice cover this week. I love that contrast of red against the blue. I think it looks awesome, and the contents are going to be a nice selection of Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, a little bit of Necromunda, and that's pretty much it. But now they're including in the big sections the smaller skirmish games like Kill Team, Warcry and Underworlds as well. There's going to be another selection of game cards that you can cut out and keep as well. But overall, not too much in the way of freebies this month, but still looks good. And if you buy the White Dwarf magazine regularly, I definitely recommend subscribing. It's got all the information on the front cover. You get the full page artwork. You get it for as little as, what, £5 each a month instead of $6.99. So if you know you're going to get it, it's definitely worth subscribing to get that saving. That includes delivery for free as well. Now we're going to have a look at the contents again. This is just a repeat of the back page, and then in the content people send in like pictures of some of the models they've painted, so always nice to get some extra inspiration from things like that. Apart from the great quality of the painting, nothing really stood out or jumped from the page this month. But now we're on to Worlds of Warhammer, and this is all about online narrative campaigns for Warhammer. If you're looking to develop something like this that involves painting and playing with your friends, maybe people have got different groups playing in different areas, this could be a great way to do something like that. Some really nice information here about writing characters, writing the narrative itself. You've got plot hooks for Age of Sigmar and 40,000 as well. So that's a very interesting article. And now we're on to the main Warhammer 40,000 section with a great double spread army there. Great pictures, really cool, these pictures in the magazines. Then you've got Echoes from the Warp, where they're talking about maps, and they've got Duncan War there, who's one of the game developer for Warhammer 40,000, just explaining how the maps work, flow and pacing, how they connect with each other. This is a really good read. I think you might enjoy this one as well. So very interesting what they've done this month with regards to narrative and then focusing into the gameplay. Then you've got Angelic Rebirth. Here you're going to learn about Lionel Johnson and Commander Dante. A little bit of background to read through there. Some intelligence reports. Then we've got Rite of Echoes. This is an Arcs of Omen, Herald of Misery. This is all to do with the Flashpoint series, which are a series of articles that explore particular regions of war zones at specific times. And then we're going to be focusing right in on the heart of the arc with some very nice terrain pieces. This is explaining how these pull-out cards are going to work in the game. And if you've been following the Warhammer White Dwarf magazines over the past months, there's been loads of these. And hopefully this will be the end of it, because I think it's been focused on quite a lot now. It'd be nice to mix things up. But if you've been enjoying boarding actions, it's another really good issue. Full of maps, full of more rules. Sometimes it can be too many rules, I think, and looking at these maps, especially this one, there's an awful lot going on there. So for me, I've got to the end of this, I'm looking for something to change and mix it up a bit, so I'm looking forward to something else, going in a different direction perhaps. But anyway, here we've got a battle report, and this is going to be the Blood Angels and Tomekeepers are going to be taking on the Iron Warriors, and there's some really nice terrain pieces that they've included in this. That's just awesome there. Looks really cool, and getting something like that on the table is going to be awesome. Here you've got a breakdown of the armies. You can see the points, which units they've chosen. Really nice. And then over the next few pages, we're going to get a really thorough battle report that lays out the battlefield. It's looking at deployment, and then you've got all the cards in play. And this would be really cool. The maps they've used are really nice as well, showing the movement throughout the game. I think this is a really well done battle report, very nicely laid out. Loads and loads of detail, and perhaps a good way to really figure out if boarding actions is something you'd be interested in. So yeah, I could certainly recommend this as one of the best battle reports for a while actually. Really well done. And then they talk about it afterwards with a mission debrief. And then we're on to the last gasp, Arcs of Omen, Herald of Misery. We're going to get a little bit of fiction there just to read through before moving on to the Sons of Sanguinius. This is some modelling and painting inspiration for the Blood Angels and their successors. And these have been really good articles, again over the last 6 months. I think that's about the time they changed the layout of the magazine. These painting inspiration articles have been really good. So if you're looking at putting together a Blood Angels army, this is going to be well worth getting the magazine, I think, just for this. They put some different armies by different painters, break down all the paints they've used, a little bit of an introduction as to how they went and approached the painting of it. I think this is just so good. I mean, this page here with the big army on, then going into the individual units is just invaluable. If you want to paint an army for the first time, I think you'll love this. Right, now on to Age of Sigmar. So we're going to get a nice big Age of Sigmar section now. We've got rules of engagement, getting the most out of narrative gaming again. So a good article there focusing on that. That'll be a good read. Then Flashpoint Rondol. So now, similar thing we saw for 40k, but now for Age of Sigmar. And then this is going to just take us through the Sons of Behemoth. And then we're going to have a look at some detail there, some concept art, how they put it all together before the Flashpoint Clash. And here you're going to get a few pages of lore to read through before moving on to Meat and Murder. And this is going to be a campaign. So you're going to get a campaign arc for 2 players. One player will take the role of the Ogre Moor tribes, and the other player takes on the role of the Daughters of Cain. And then you'll play through a series of battles that the idea is you'll capture the ambitious ogre advance upon Har-Kuran. So there we go. That's pretty interesting. You're going to get extra rules there for the realm rules and then the battle plan too. Now we're on to Predator and Prey for Warcry, and you'll get background rules for 2 of the Warcry warbands, the Claws of Karanak and the Eskurgan Trueblades. It's going to give you some quests to play. You're going to get 3 for each of the warbands, and then you'll get all the traits, artifacts, and all those things included. You're going to get tables for origins, names, backgrounds, and then some nice images to see them in action on the battlefield. Then we've got the Eskurgan Trueblade section, and again, you get all those tables, traits, artifacts, and then you've got the different quests to embark on. Then we've got a nice article on Necromunda, 2 Tunnels Ablaze. So this is going to take you to part 3 of the campaign that they're playing, and it's just walking you through that with a nice example, showcase the Fright Knights by Stephen May coming up. There they are, and then some nice images of them on the battlefield too. Nice conversion going on. Then we're going to go to Black Library and have a read of King Osgek's Prize by Chris Thurston. This is part 4 of the ongoing Grombrindle serial, and you'll get a little bit of fiction there to read through. And that's going to take us then to the end of the magazine. We've got Inside the Studio. They're going in a little focus here on the Underworlds, and so a few of the Underworlds warbands featured and painted up by different players. And then we've got Hobby Bingo, which I've never done yet, keep forgetting to do it. And then next issue is going to be the Great Stomp finale, and then that takes us to the end of the magazine, issue 488, and this is going to be the May issue for 2023. I must admit, this isn't one of my favourite White Dwarf issues. There's some nice articles there. I like the narrative campaign focus they went with there, and always nice to look at the maps. I think I've just had enough of boarding actions, really need a change now, but you might enjoy that, and if you like boarding actions, there's a lot to like from this, and again, that battle report is really nicely done. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and a massive thanks to all my sponsors for sponsoring the channel this month, helping me to keep going with these daily videos, bringing you all the news and keeping you up to date. Look out for this week's video on tournament preparation tips, courtesy of Phoenix Performance Coaching. They've sponsored that series. And also pick up your favourite games and all your hobby products from Element Games, link in the description down below. Save up to 20% and you'll be supporting me here as I get a small commission from every sale made too. A massive thank you to you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gave you a good idea about what's included in the magazine this month. And now you can decide whether or not you'd like to pick up a copy and add it to your collection. But thanks again. If you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button. If you've been enjoying the content lately, it'd be awesome if you consider subscribing. But for now, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.